Underdog Daily with the Badge Bros, Jon and Nez hanging out, Black and Yellow Dog app, platform of the people, Underdog Sports. And we got a loaded day today. I'm not sure Nez is even aware that my emotional well-being hangs in the balance because it's NHL Draft Day, my friend. The Canucks are picking quite high up there at number 3. But, dude, lots of stuff going on, man. We got group stage rounding out in the World Cup there, a little bit of funny business with, whether teams are going to start certain guys or not. So playing into the ball knowers angle of the slate. We got a strikeout showdown. We got a Frenchie Friday. We're going to cover it all, man. 13 games of ball.
Yeah, we got a busy day. Who are you hoping your hockey team takes?
Man, so I wanted one of McKenna or Stenberg to fall, and it was kind of like wishful thinking that they would. We really wanted to roll one of those top 2 slots and get one of those like upper echelon forwards. And then it's kind of like a hodgepodge of guys at pick 3 now. There's like 3 really good defensemen that everybody has mixed takes on. There's the now new coach, Manny Malhotra. His son is available at 3 as well now, and they have a long lineage and history with the Canucks organization. So there's a lot of smoke, a lot of mixed ways, but the writing's on the wall that one of those top 2 guys isn't going to fall to us now because the Sharks made a big trade the other day to basically free up a spot to ensure they take Stenberg at 2. So we were hoping they would take a defenseman. Now it's not going to happen. And yeah, so it's bittersweet, man. It's kind of what we knew when the ping pong balls didn't fall our way, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm hoping they don't take Malhotra because I just don't want that dynamic of, local legend who's the coach now brings his son on for their first acquisition. Like, it'd just be messy as hell, man.
That would be awful. That would be an objective dumpster fire.
Right. And he's also like a super late riser. Like he played on a really good junior team. And he was kind of like a, top 9 guy. And then he had a really good playoffs and thrust himself into like the conversation of the upper echelon. So it's kind of like he's a late riser too. So it's like, you never really love that like last minute stock bump to a guy in a draft. Like I kind of trust the historicals a little bit more of like who was ranked highly, a year ago and who is still ranked that high now. Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Core scouting principles, basic, not moving off your priors and all that stuff. But yeah, if they take that coach at that dude's kid.
Yeah.
Oh man, it'll make the headlines.
Oh, it will. It definitely will. I mean, what a weird locker room to walk into for your first day as head coach to be like, and here's our new acquisition, my son. I promise to treat everyone the same and fairly. It's like, I guess
kind of weird. Like there's so much pressure on you at that point. Bad look.
Nezzy, let's talk a little baseball here. We're not going to do the soccer slate today. Honestly, man, these group stages the end of the group stages are for the true ball knowers. Like if you knew last night that like, I guess it was Paraguay and Australia, that they were both kind of better off if they just both tied, stuff like this. Then like Norway today as well, kind of like waving the white flag early here, going to go with their B squad. Like if some of these mingling kind of like things that are happening here, man, you could be printing in these streets. I mean, even Davis is getting home. So, I mean, here we go.
Oh my God. I refuse to be a place.
He's a ball knower. I'm fucking with him.
To rip on Davis Maddock. He has to have a safe space somewhere, man. It needs to be us, but no. And you know who else is getting home? That's catching a lot of flack. Our guy John Boy Beats, man. John Boy Beats is kind of cooking. I'm
the
not
slot
gonna lie.
boy himself.
I keep pawning off his plays as my own to some buddies, and they can't get enough, man. They're clamoring for more picks. I don't send them the entire transcript, but maybe I should. Maybe I should. But dude, JBB got me on that tie. And he got me on the France stuff before Norway was official. And now I'm being begged to cash out.
Ooh, I like it. Okay. All right. So good CLV already.
They are on their hands and knees.
I love it. That's good little segue here to put the company on their hands and knees yet again for us because we got ourselves a strikeout showdown today. And anyone who's been around for a half minute here understands what that means. It means 100K is up for grabs if you can nail in a pick'em the highest strikeout pitcher on the slate today. And we got some good ones to choose from. We got the one who might be the chalkiest and is the cover boy and might be the best pitcher in baseball right now in Jacob Mizrowski. We also got Paul Skeens, not on our main slate, but just in general.
Yep.
Zach Wheeler in a half decent spot. Taj Bradley getting the lowly Rockies, but we don't know if he's going to be limited off the IL there. So you got any leans for the people on the Strikeout Showdown this afternoon?
Yeah, I think it's like a gift and a curse that, I mean, this is the second week in a row that Jacob Mizrowski's been on this promo. Like I said, gift and a curse, because it's going to attract so many people to him, and it makes him a really easy fade, really easy pivot, and a chance to win a bunch of bonus entries with somebody else. And my favorite leverage right now on this is JT Ginn against the Angels. The Angels are just very, very sad lineup right now. Ginn really holds it down against righties. The Angels are just not good. He has a chance to go deep to rack up some Ks and potentially run pure and efficient on those Ks as well. So really like JT Ginn is somebody that's kind of like under the radar for this.
Yo, good shout.
Don't
I like
me,
that.
but yeah.
Don't do me, but I think, I mean, I would split this one with 30 of our best friends that are watching us right now. Opposed to, the Jacob Mizrowski angle where you're chopping with 19,000 entries or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, I like that shout. The JT Ginn, we've talked about how the lowly Angels against right-handed pitching strike out so effing much. Obviously no Michael Nelson Trout in that lineup right now either, so a little bit watered down. Some quad A guys at the bottom there with some high strikeout rates against right-handed pitching. Good shouts there. Also, JT Ginn, not to be undersold here, has had some really strong outings. Just in general, he's had some good K performances. Yeah.
So he was my favorite play today, but we'll see. There's some other pretty good options.
Love it. I like this one. A little rookie Sasaki there. Velo up 2 miles per hour last 3 starts. A little ball knowledge from our guy Easy.
Yeah, I really like that one. He's, Padres don't strike out a ton, but they're not very good, and they're in San Diego. He has a chance to go deep, which helps with the K numbers.
I like that. Ryan's shopping some numbers for the people there that you can get some +7 stuff if we slide that bad boy up. Real ball knowers on the Spencer Arguetti stuff. So yeah, one that I hadn't even looked into because he's not on our main slate. He's in the earlier time slot. So that's actually a pretty good one as well there.
Yeah. So overall, I just would not use Jacob Mizrowski, man. Like it just doesn't make sense. Him or Skeens, I would advise not using today.
Yeah.
But if you want to win $30 in bonus bets, be my guest.
There you go. If you want to Nez hedge it to the moon here, so you get a free $5 pick'em entry, be my guest.
Yeah, please. More power to you.
Nez, looking at yesterday's slate here, we got our guy Station 91. I did not see him in the chat yesterday. He comes in Arizona and Cards game, shaking my head. Absolutely not, man. The ball knowers all around here, we were fully off of that. Roth did the snip snap hedge at lock there, and it kind of fucked some people. But yeah, we were firmly off that as the last game of the night there, and we talked about it. We didn't even want to rank the stacks when we were ranking the stacks. So if my guy was around yesterday for yesterday's show, you would have been a print fest.
Yeah, almost had a nice day, but ultimately full faded that game, and it didn't matter. It was just a weird slate yesterday, but sorry about it, Station. We were fully off that one.
Yeah, sure were. Take a little look at yesterday's slate there. Big winner was Feed the Freezer, man. Long time, big, good player on the site here. Shout out to Patrick. If you know, that's a real deep callback there. Feed the Freezer, a guy we've been searching for years here. Freddie Peralta did just barely enough to get it done here. Our guy Mackenzie Gore, man, with those 14 fantasy points, aged pretty well. Conley Early shocking the world with 18. Shout out to the Run the Sims projection on that one. We loved Langford. We loved those reverse splits of the righties. We talked about it multiple times yesterday, the reverse splits of the righties there. So Langford and Berger getting home. Caleb Durbin is hotter than hot right now, and he had the Q tag, winds up playing through it. You noted there that playing some of those righties in Boston with the wall there for the double bubble leverage and getting to the right-handed stuff. And we actually named Durbin and Raphael by name there. So shout out to Feed the Freezer for putting this one together, a 1 of 1, and he runs away with it last night, much like Falco the night before.
Yeah. Very, very ethical lineup here. And another, like you said, just big time winner. No one even close. So yeah, shout out to Patrick.
Patrick, if you know, you know, baby. Love it. Anything else on last night's slate that you want to hit on? Obviously, it was only 3 games there. T-Box is up here. Cam Hurst is up here. Stro, maybe a little Marcus Stroman shout out here with the Stro 6.
Yeah, maybe.
Love it.
I know. I got nothing. Short slate, kind of boring. Yeah. Didn't do well. I got nothing.
Okay, fair enough. Pour one out for our guy Corey, who had a Jock Peterson all queued up to add to his Berger and Langford stack, and then went full ADP slap donkey by taking Bo Bichette instead. Cost him 500. You hate to see it, my friend.
Woof
Indeed. Early slate there yesterday. We talked about Junior Caminero and how important he was going to be. He was a have to have it there. Jay Witz is up here. Jungle's up here. Nezzy Takes, our guy, has 2 in the top 5 there. Kobe Goat having a great year. Jack is up here as well, but it was JF Cannon Jr. here who goes with the 4-man Rays stack, then mixes in our guy Brandon Lau, and then you need the Seymour, who you were adamant about playing. Oh shit, it happened again. Every time this site, I'm showing the lineup and then, okay, here, let me do the remove, the on and then off again. Here, blow on the cartridge of the N64 game real quick. There we go. All right, there's your lineup. So it wasn't, in fact, I'll give it a zoom for the people here. It was a 5-man stack, including the pitcher. So shout out to the Run the Sims projections there, getting people on Seymour. I know you had a buttload of Seymour there. And then the one-off pick to click just being Brandon Lau ripping it over that right field wall.
Yeah. Seymour was nice. Was that we're looking at Wednesday?
No, that was yesterday.
Oh, that
yesterday,
was? Wow.
Daytime.
That does not feel like yesterday, but it indeed was. I didn't remember making money yesterday, so I was that was a shock. I think the late slate really took the wind out of my sails, and I think I was also the late slate just took the wind out of my sails, so I forgot that I even made money on the day slate.
There you go. What awful problems to have.
I know, right? Woe is me.
Woe is Nez. All right, man. Also, one more thing I just wanted to hit on real quick, because I did my first this morning and I had, kind of forgotten about it for a hot minute there. But I did my first cardio club this morning. It did sprinkle a little bit of rain when I got outside on the ride there, but I do have a little setup to put my phone on and whatever. But just reminding people, man, the cardio club prizes are big league this year. We can bring the tweet up. We brought it up many times on stream here, but did my first cardio club this morning in a BBM entry there. So yeah, make sure you guys are doing that and mixing in some cardio clubs, because there's some amazing prizes, man. There's gift cards. There's AirPods, there's gear, there's all sorts of stuff, man. So make it worth your while. Last year's winner, Sam Sherman, was a cardio club member winning draft.
Was it actually during the cardio club?
Yeah, sure was.
Wow. Yeah. Run good, man. That's
literally
crazy.
run good.
Yeah, literally. I need to do more of these. I still got 100 plus BBMs left, so plenty of time to habit stack. But yeah, the prizes are so sick that you just might as well get in on it. Yeah,
I mean, I'll be very proud of myself if I get 20 of them. Yeah. I do feel that my drafts, when I am doing like a cardio club, they do kind of feel a little bit shitty sometimes. But yeah, I don't know. I
have some crazy. If you look at my old cardio club drafts from like 2-3 years ago, I have some crazy drafts. I was just, heat of the moment. Yeah, this sounds good. I think I have a Kelsey Mahomes like single onesies team from like 3 years. Like I was really pushing the limits of not being an idiot, but I think I went past it.
Blood rushing to Nez's head, heart beating too fast. He's just like, fucking give me one tight end, baby. That's all I'm gonna need here.
Dude, I gotta find it because it was so dumb.
Oh, good shit. All right, you find it, and we'll start the NFL segment with it. Because we also got another thing to talk about. There is yesterday we talked about kind of like that big flat tier at the end of the first and second round and how getting exploitative there could be a big leg up for everyone this season. We're going to talk a little bit about that third and fourth tier as Frenchie Friday drops. I have no insider information on what Frenchie Friday is going to look like today, and I do not believe it's dropped yet. So we'll wait it out. But we got 13 games of baseball to talk through first there, Nez. And the big starting point on the beautiful unabated interface here is actually weather. So we had Busch Stadium that was rained out there yesterday. That one showing, a potential little bit of rain there today. We also got Orioles Camden Yards there. They're showing a little bit of rain as well. Progressive Field that has that Mariners and Cleveland game showing some potential rain. Fenway with some potential rain. Rate Field, aka US Cellular, in Chicago showing some potential rain. So it is a little bit of a mess here. Are there any clear spots that you're like, man, I think this might be a postponement?
No, not really. No, I feel like everything's going to play. It's just like for pitching, we might get some in-game delays.
Okay. Cool. So being cognizant of it for the pitching side of things, but not as scared for the bats side of things would be like the macro takeaway.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I will drop this in the chat for everybody. You guys could check out the weather on your own accord. I'm not going to read it all out for you, but that is kind of like the tentative lay of the land according to Kevin Roth there. The most dicey, let's say, would be that Marlins and Cardinals game. But yeah, I know that one, is kind of impactful because Max Meyer's going as like SP4 or SP5, pending when you were drafting. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm a fan of him, but got to obviously pay really close attention to that game. Oddly enough, if that one does just like late start, could be actually one of the better pitching spots in these weather games because he won't get hit with a mid-game delay and potentially sit. He could just be like coast is clear after that late start.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I respect that. One thing I will double down on is what we talked about yesterday, how it's very odd for a St. Louis game to be a later game on the slate. There's not a ton of West Coast games tonight, man. For a 13-game slate, there's only 3 West Coast games, and one is in Anaheim, one is in San Diego, and one is in San Francisco. And they all start about an hour to an hour and a half after that Cardinals and Marlins game. So if there is a delay and then there is no late start to that game, there is no swaps, basically, would be kind of like what I would say, because we're accustomed to the Cardinals playing earlier in the evening than that usually.
Yeah. Pretty good point here. That being said, I still think that they end up playing. Okay.
Perfect. Well articulated. Anything else macro as I jump over to some of the park factors here on the ballpark, pal? We could kind of take a look at some of the hitting conditions. It does look like if you fade weather in Boston and Baltimore, that those are playing up a little bit for bats. Citi Field playing up a little bit for bats. Mets fired their manager this morning there after the terrible run they've been on relative to payroll and talent. Oracle Park playing the worst for home run hitting, which is a little bit evergreen here. Just any thoughts on like the macro hitting conditions of the slate with no Sutter Health, no Coors, no kind of big outliers?
Yeah, I mean, I think you just kind of nailed it, right? There's just no real outliers today. Everybody's relatively flat, but there are some really good stack value in with really low ADPs that are available. So I think there's a lot of leverage today. At least a lot of my teams are very much not chalk, which kind of expect to see with a 13-game slate. There's a ton of players to draft. Like you're going to have that, but yeah, just enjoying some of these leverage spots because it's so flat.
Okay, cool. Yeah, respect it a lot, man. You know what? I did notice in the drafts we were doing together this morning there, that there wasn't like a formulation of super chalky stacks in general. There was definitely chalky players because they have high ADPs, but in terms of chalky stacks, it didn't really seem like people were like jamming certain plays.
Exactly. Yeah, I fully agree, because I don't think there are really chalky stacks today.
Okay. All right, cool. We'll rank out the pitching for everybody, and then we will get into some of the bats that we like and some of the stacks that we like. First things first, what up to Brett here, dropping off a Badge Bros membership for the run good there. Brett? That'll get you access to Nez did a 7th inning stretch on Wednesday. If you guys are interested in that, it is also locking on Monday there. So if you want to run the tape back on that one, and Nez may or may not be able to squeeze in a no-strip Nez over this weekend as well there. If not, next week we will have a minimum of 1, probably 2 paywall shows next week when I was looking at the calendar there.
Leaning yes on a no-strip stream.
Okay, perfect. Awesome.
Yeah.
So that'll get access to somebody there. So thank Brett for the membership, and thank all of you with those sweet ass badges beside your names there. Honestly, might have to update the badges to now coincide with what I see on the site. Yeah.
Yeah, that would give us some different tier options too. Good. Might be time.
Yeah, there we go. All the sharps in the chat telling me right now that we have the Frenchie Friday as a single entry $20 price point that is up. That will be perfect for the hashtag stream right here. So the Badge Bros Brawl will have to wait. I'm not gonna lie. I know that the Badge Bros Brawl was not coming today. So we're good there. Stay alert and ready for Badge Bros Brawl there. And our guy Station telling us that it's raining in the Pacific Northwest. I can look outside my window and confirm it is drizzling, but there is no baseball being played anywhere remotely close to us today. So that's neither here nor there, my friend.
Just thought we were that type of show.
Yeah, just thought we were doing weather now. It's kind
of warm over here today too.
Love it. All right, Nezzy, let's break down the pitching for everybody there and chat it all through here, because it is a big stars and scrubs type of slate, and that's because you have 2 of the best in the National League at the very, very top. You have a scuffling Mets team, although they did put a couple runs on the board yesterday late in that ball game. But scuffling Mets team going up against Zach Wheeler, who's been very good since the thoracic outlet.
Yes.
Yeah. Been very good since returning from the thoracic outlet. And then Jacob Mizrowski, who is pushing for every bit of NL Cy Young right now, and truly has the ability, which is rare to say on our site, Nez, to separate at the pitcher position, because he has got 20s and 29s up the wazoo available here, which is, on our site, we're kind of like tongue-in-cheek, never pitcher kind of thing, because, it's so hard for guys to separate, and the Miz has found ways to separate in big, big ways. He's given up 3 earned runs since the start of May, dude. So, just thoughts on the dynamic of pitching today. Is it a clear 101 and 102 today?
Definitely clear 101 with Miz. I don't know that Wheeler's necessarily like a 102 worthy.
Okay.
In fact, I would say he's definitely not.
Okay.
There's just so many options, and Wheeler does not have like that separation potential from the rest of the pack that Miz does. What's there to say that hasn't been said about Jacob Mizrowski, man? He's doing this, and his pitch count isn't like, this is Dylan Cease on steroids, man. This is just ridiculous stuff.
It's
gotta just tip your cap. It's insane how good he is right now.
It's if Mason Miller was a starter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yep.
It's fucked. Like how you can just come out here and pump 102 over and over and over again.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I mean, and it looks kind of effortless too. I mean,
right. Like
the averages on his velo too, like on a per game basis. This is just bear with me here. Sure. In the last however many games this is. 102, 102, 102, 100, 101, 99, 100, 100, 100, 100. Holy shit, that's average.
Average fastball velo for a starting pitcher. And you look at the pitch counts as Nez is reading those velos off. The pitch counts are 91, 95, 98, 88, 96. Like he is throwing pitches. He's going deep in ball games. He is pumping gas, dude.
And like no one can hit it.
Yeah.
No one can hit it.
All right, dude. So I think we've concluded Jacob Mizrowski is SP1 and 101 on the slate. Thereafter, man, you could sell me this pen on a whole bunch of guys. I think Wheeler is probably in a small tier all in by himself there. And I don't really see a bat that stands out so significantly in that upper tier of ADP that I'm fine taking Wheeler at 102. But that being said, I think he's probably the only guy who could match a score with Mizrowski on the slate today.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a chance that Sasaki could.
Oh, spicy meatballs. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
We're back in on the Roki train here.
Yeah, Roki at SP7, I think, is pretty sick.
Okay.
Playing, I mean, the Padres offense against right-handed pitching especially is just abysmal. And there's definitely more Ks in this lineup than I think people think. There's, or at least that I thought, like 8 of these guys against right-handed pitching, or 7 of these guys against right-handed pitching strike out over 20% of the time, with 3 of them striking out over 24% of the time. You know, Roki is a really good K rate against right-handed pitching, or right-handed hitting rather. Yeah, he's pitching very well to boot. Like, easy set at the top. He's got a velo uptick. He has two really bad outings on the year. One kind of recent against the White Sox there, but the White Sox are goated. And then you see that spot against the Angels, which, you know, Dodgers or the Padres are better than the Angels, but they're not far behind against right-handed pitching, man.
Sure.
So,
right.
Yeah, Roki definitely has ceiling and obviously has pretty high win equity as well.
Awesome. Okay, cool. Well, there's your ADP adjusted play of the day at the starting pitching position, according to Nez. Love to see that there. What else are we doing with these ranks, dude? I'm a little bit scared about the Max Meyer. I like the pitching conditions if he's going today, but I'm a little bit scared of the weather there. I'm not sure that that's a risk I want to take. Boston bats are slowly coming to life. Some of that was Coors Field. Some of that was yesterday. But yeah, I'm not enamored with like Will Warren in this middle tier. Evaldi feels like safe in a vacuum, that he's not going to like kill your lineup, but I think he's probably overpriced relative to his ADP. I'm scared about how deep in the ball game Taj Bradley will go. He's had a couple starts since coming back, so maybe that's a misnomer. But I don't know. Thoughts on who would be kind of next?
You can go a number of directions here.
Sure.
I do really like Taj Bradley.
Okay.
I think he'd probably be my preference there against the Rockies, who do hit well against right-handed pitching. So, you know, this is definitely like boom or bust.
Okay.
But I think there's a lot of upside for Taj to put up a huge score. But really, really worried about these Rockies, man. The Rockies against righties, dude. They're strong. They got Mickey at the 2-hole, like we thought he would hit around there. That top of the lineup, they're good, man. They're low key, like pretty strong against righties. So that is a little bit worrisome. However, I still think Taj has like pretty big upside today. Okay,
cool. Yeah, I respect it, man. Next would be, is it fine for Evaldi here going up against the full American League All-Star team?
I didn't see that, but I heard about that. Is it as bad as it sounds?
It happens every fucking year, and people are just dunking on it because it's a Canadian team. But it's like, dude, the population of Canada is like less than like half the state of California. It's like just vote for your team then. So like the fact that they went out and voted, like, remember me going on and on about the Orlando Arcia All-Star year when they had like the Braves voted in like 5 of their guys right after they won the World Series or went to the World Series or whatever it was. It's just kind of like this happens every single year. It just so happens that like it was the Blue Jays organization that did it this year. The fan voting for the All-Star game has been atrocious for a decade. This isn't new.
Yeah, it's so dumb.
Yeah, it's so dumb. And I mean, like, Ernie Clement at second base. Alejandro Kirk is like hitting under 200 and has 1 home run on the year and has been on the IL the whole year, and people are voting for him. It's so dumb.
Yeah, it's been a problem for a while, and people complain about it every year, like you said, as though it's
it's new. Yeah, right. Okay, Evaldi feels kind of like, a little bit flory. He had a bad outing. What was that, 2 turns ago? But he's been pretty consistent, like just in a vacuum, man. And the strikeouts have been there a little bit. Obviously, the Blue Jays don't strike out a ton, especially against right-handed sticks. So that's why we're pushing some of these potential ceiling arms in better spots over him. But yeah, Evaldi feels fine if he falls in rooms to be like my SP, like 5, 6, whatever.
Yeah, he's not a very high ceiling play, like you said, because the Blue Jays don't strike out a lot. But he doesn't walk a lot of guys, which is good. And the Blue Jays aren't all that intimidating against right-handed pitching, so it's just a flory play. And honestly, the win equity isn't great because the Rangers' offense isn't good. So it's just very flory.
Respect it. Yeah, absolutely feel the exact same way as you. Nez, I just was thinking out loud about the Blue Jays because I did flip back and forth to the tail end of that ball game between some of the kicky ball kicky last night there. Are you aware? So Okamoto hits a home run to dead center field off a lefty as Stone Cold mispriced chalk on the redacted slate yesterday. Okay. Do you know what number home run that is for Okamoto? Without looking.
A lot. Was it 20?
It's 18.
Yeah.
Like I was shocked. How many players, without looking, how many players have more home runs than Vladimir Guerrero on his own team?
What? 5.
7.
That's wow. And he makes probably more than all of them combined.
Probably, yeah. He has 4 home runs. Okamoto has 18. Springer has 8 and has missed a bunch of time. Clement has 7. Jimenez has 7. Jesus Sanchez has 7. Varsho has 7. And then backup catcher who was thrust into regular duties, Brandon Venezuela. I don't know how to say his last name. He has 7 as well. Valenzuela. Yeah, Valenzuela.
That's crazy, man.
That's fucked. $500 million just to carry on our conversation from yesterday. Anyways, your boy's getting derailed as per usual here. Dude, I'm fine Xing out Max Meyer just because I know I like the spot. I know he's been pitching well. I know he has strikeout upside, but this Cards lineup looks a little bit better, and I'm scared of the weather. But if you take him as like SP6, I think it's totally fine. I'm just not taking him as SP4. Thoughts on that one?
It's fine. Yeah, I mean, between him and JT Ginn for me is like a kind of a toss up. But I'm obviously in on Ginn with the whole soliloquy at the beginning for the strikeout, the strikeout pick'em promo. So yeah, I think I'd probably prefer Ginn, but I really like Max Meyer too, who's been pretty. Maybe he's underrated. I don't know. I feel like he doesn't get enough just due for how good he's been this year.
I think the Marlins just don't.
They don't. Yeah.
Yeah, and people forget Max Meyer was like a pretty damn big prospect in that whole window of time where they had like the 5 best pitching prospects in baseball at one point in time, and like none of them really panned out, to be honest, but he did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's too early to call it, but there was, whatever, Yuri Perez and Edward Cabrera and him, and then there was Jose Fernandez before that, and there was like a big train of
and they had Gallen.
Gallen. Yeah, there was a big train of
they had Gallen traded for Jazz. I couldn't remember which.
Yeah, they traded Gallen for Jazz. You're right. Yeah. Yep, 100%. Okay, cool. Am I diving too much into the recency bias of the Boston Red Sox here just because they swung it good one night and swung it well in Coors that I'm a little bit scared off Will Warren, but the hitting conditions look halfway decent here. We'll get some of those strong lefties back in the lineup today. I'm kind of soft fading both Tolley and Warren in that environment. Am I right to do so?
I get being scared of Will Warren. Just because of how easy it is for things to go south for him, but he's also been very good this year. And it's the Red Sox who are hitting better. They are playing better, but there's like 4 free strikeouts here for him. And if he can get past the beefy part of this order, which I'm talking about like Yoshida and Rafaela, like he can probably have a really, really nice night.
Okay.
Yeah, I like Will Warren, but the projections on him are not like telling us that he's a smash. So they're more in line with you.
Okay. All right. Yeah, and then to pivot into the Peyton Tolley conversation, obviously in the same conditions there, we were enamored with, obviously a shorter slate dynamic or whatever, but like we were enamored with playing some right-handed Yankees yesterday with the wall against a lefty. And now you get a comparable lefty, maybe a slight tier below in terms of prospect pedigree, but has played well at times this season here. I don't know, man. I'd rather play bats in both these spots, I think, than both these pitchers.
Definitely. Okay. I need more Paul Goldschmidt for sure.
Yeah, that was the first thing. We talked about the 1300 OPS yesterday, and it's like, oh, same spot today.
Yeah, I have like none yet, so that's not good.
Okay. I'm going to leave Will Warren in there. I'm going to take Tolley out. I never Trevor Rogers. I took Urania. Walbert Urania. I took him a couple times today just because that lineup is worse against right-handed pitching. It's worse away from Sutter Health. And he's been solid, man. He's been rock solid. Maybe the K rate isn't as good as the Ks in which he's displayed thus far, or maybe like, that was a bad way of phrasing it. Maybe like the stuff doesn't warrant the K rate in which we've seen thus far. Not that it's like a crazy outlier, but just that it's outperforming his talent at this point in time. But like, man, he keeps the ball on the ground. Like, as long as you keep the ball in the yard against the Athletics, like you're gonna find usable numbers here. So he was a leverage scroll for me early today. Any thoughts there?
Yeah, no, I like it. He's been really good. I mean, the results kind of, they make sense. There's based on the way that he's getting hit. These seem like appropriate results. He's like you said, keeping the ball on the ground, not getting hit hard. The only thing that I can maybe poke a hole in is that he, walks 10% of guys, so things could potentially get out of hand for him one of these days. But as far as the batted ball numbers, yeah, they're people are not able to square him up at all.
Cool. So I liked him as a scroll. I liked JT Ginn as a scroll, as you alluded to already. I'm not touching the Atlanta and San Francisco game for pitching sake there. I might not touch it at all, to be honest. Ronaldo Lopez coming back from the IL, I'm kind of scared about what the pitch count would be. Like, he's been kind of like slowly ramping up 1 inning, 2 innings, 3 innings. Like, no, thank you. I'm not taking that risk on a slate this big. I know Nick Martinez has been good IRL, but it's not good for fantasy, so I'm out there. One that stood out to me here is Joey Cantillo, man. Seattle, the worst lineup in all of baseball against left-handed pitching. Yeah, man. Cal's been bad from the right side. It neutralizes some of those left-handed power bats like Rayleigh and Canzone. I'm kind of about it if you want to dodge the weather here. He's looked kind of nice with it recently. What about Joey Cantillo as a scroll?
Yeah, Cantillo probably is the best scroll that we've had on a slate in a while for pitching.
Nice.
I can't imagine he stays SP18 much longer.
Okay.
I mean, everything you said is just lines up. The Mariners are just so bad against lefties right now. It's insane with the lineup that they're trotting out. They've got 2 guys with an ISO over like 1.15.
Yeah, you just got to get through Julio and get through Randy, and you're fine.
Yeah, three guys with a WOBA over 300 against lefties. A lot of strikeouts here. Cantillo looks awesome.
Cool. Yeah, man, I like it there. Would you play the inverse side? We're done with the piggyback starter stuff for the Mariners. They're going 6-man rotation and skipping a guy progressively here just because Bryce Miller's been so fucking good. Shout out to me for everybody laughing at me for drafting him in the dinger there. And yeah, shout out to me for Bryce Miller. But yeah, Jose Castillo.
It's the way that we've just like flipped roles in drafting is just hilarious.
Luis Castillo, do you like him today at all? We get that quad A version of the Cleveland lineup.
Yeah, he's totally fine. He hasn't been as bad as I thought this year.
Yeah,
but
it's just the strikeouts have disappeared because his calling card was always that fastball changeup, and now he's become like more of a pitch to contact guy.
Yeah, he's yeah, for sure. His problem today is that they're going to throw so many lefties at him, and he's always kind of struggled against lefties. He really struggles against lefties this season, so that will be problematic for him. So if I was to get crazy on this one, I think Bazana. I mean, that's not crazy. And then I'd throw in little Khalil Watson too, man.
Yeah, he homered twice, right?
So far in total. Yeah. I don't know if he did it in one game.
No, I think it was back-to-back nights.
Yeah. He's at once upon a time first round pick. I think like top 10 pick for the Marlins. He was sweet coming into the draft, and they end up going. The Guardians end up trading for him. Sorry, and because he had these like issues with his attitude and whatnot. He was really acting a fool. Him and his dad were like allegedly beating up fans in the parking lot. It was nuts. So
nailed gun.
You're going from Miami to fucking Cleveland, buddy. Like you were getting your act together, and maybe he did. And you know, the Guardians are pretty good at developing these guys. So yeah, Watson for a pick to click today.
I like it. There you go. Henny's telling us that he had a machine gun celebration incident.
Not even like a celebration. It was or was it a celebration? I think maybe it was. He got called for a check swing. He didn't think that he actually swung, and then like he like pointed his bat at the ump after and like.
That's insane behavior.
Yeah, I haven't heard a peep about him since. I think people kind
Trevor
of
Bauer shit right there.
Yeah. Yeah, he had some maturing to do.
All right, dude. Is there any other pitcher on planet Earth that you want to shout out here?
No, I would love to move on.
Yeah, likewise. Dude, I think my biggest takeaway right now is soft fade of Eovaldi, Warren, and Meyer, and less about the spots that they're in and the pitchers that they are in, and more just about the leverage introduced by the scrolls and how ADP is going to move and flip as the day goes on. I think it's a big two, Mizrowski and Wheeler. Mizrowski's the 101 on the slate. Wheeler is a first rounder. We'll debate whether he's a 101 or 102 rather, or not thereafter. I love the rookie shout. I love the Taj Bradley shout there just for the matchup. I love this JT Ginn scroll. The Urania scroll is fine, let's call it. Cantillo's probably a better scroll. Luis Castillo's probably a bridge too far, but it's okay.
It's okay.
So yeah, pardon me?
It's okay.
Yeah, I like that. So that's kind of where I'm at, man. 11 usable pitchers for the boys today. No Trevor Rogers. That's kind of where I'm at. If we juxtapose that to run the Sims, they rank it out. Mizrowski, Wheeler, Sasaki, Bradley, JT Ginn, Max Meyer, Tolley, Cantillo, then Eovaldi, Warren. So they're kind of in lockstep with us. If we cross-reference that to Cardi, he's got Mizrowski, Bradley, Eovaldi. So Cardi's higher on the historicals with Eovaldi there. Then has Wheeler. So he doesn't think Wheeler's worthy of the 102. So if you're listening to Cardi, and then he likes Tolley and Rogers over Ginn. Miss me with that shit. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's jump over to some of the totals and that sort of thing. We're not going to do a full game by game and whatever unless it's a rapid fire thing with 13 games on the slate. The lazy answer is you could stack everybody if you want to. I probably will have 0% Cubs in my lineups today, but you can probably stack everyone because what you're going to see in the simulated totals here is you're going to see a lot of hovering in that 4.3 to 4.5 range for a lot of ball clubs here. And then you're going to see a lot of these like just over 5s for the quote unquote chalkier spots. So I'll just throw it to you, Nez. If we just got to pinpoint favorite stack on the slate, are you in agreement with what some of these simulated totals are saying with pushing up the Nationals, the Yankees, the Bo Sox, the Braves, or do you like something other than that?
Yeah, I mean, you didn't mention them, but I think they're the top sim team total on the slate. Yeah, the Twins.
Okay.
Got to a lot of Twins this morning. Put in the Run the Sims projections, and yeah, just really easy to get to these guys when you consider, a stack boost to projection as well. All of the teammates tend to get there. It's really easy to do. It's against Sagano, who, is peak, can't keep getting away with it, but he cannot get away with it here. Okay. I know it's the Twins, but he seriously can't. He finally got blown up against the A's in Sacramento in his 2 starts ago. And I think this is a similar thing that you can see here with the Twins, just because they're going to throw a shit ton of lefties at him, and they love to hit righties. So it's super, super appealing to do like a Larnach, Buxton, Clemens stack and go from there.
All right, perfect, man. I respect it. Twins, home favorites here. Minus 153 at home. Unabated line has them as the highest game total line on the slate at that 9.5, pending where you're looking. So, the markets are seeing something similar to you. ADP is not fully seeing that, though, because you just get Buxton, who rightfully so every damn day should be in this like top 5 picks kind of combination. Cody Clemens, who could swing it from the left side with a little bit of pop there, is popping in a decent way. To give him a big ADP of 29 on a slate this large is just kind of like, oh, wow, Cody Clemens, people think this highly of him today. But some of these lefties that you alluded to, man, like Larnach in there, getting Josh Bell if you want to scroll a little bit. I like it, man. Royce Lewis back up after raking in the minors and has had a couple nice games here and there.
Yeah. Cool. Royce Lewis is definitely back. He's been crushing since he's been back. Not necessarily against righties, but he has been very, very good since he's been back.
Awesome. Okay, cool. Is Byron Buxton your 101 of hitters then, or are you still taking Ohtani over him?
He is. He is for me.
Okay.
Yeah, just because it's my favorite stack, and Buxton is a G, easy to stack. Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, it's Buxton, but it's tight, man. Like kind of like we talked about. It's very, very close.
Okay, cool. Where are we going next, dude? I did see you taking some James Wood in the lobbies earlier there. You weren't scared of the weather there, and he's kind of popping in the Run the Sims stuff there. For all the bad things we said about strikeout rates for kind of like this Angels and Athletics kind of game, there's a lot of pop there, and they're kind of underpriced. Braves are buried in ADP, and they have a 5 total. Anything that I'm saying resonating with you, or do you have other ideas?
No, it's all really close. I have a ton of James Wood.
Okay.
Right now.
Sure.
Some stacked, some not, but obviously, big fan of him. No, he's second overall in the 7th inning stretch, by the way. Like he's on a torrid stretch right now. And I can't blame people for doing that.
Second overall in the 7th inning stretch.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
He's just been unbelievable. He's worth it, I think. I really do.
Rest of career right now, James Wood or PCA?
I think I'd say PCA because of the defense.
Yeah, like he's a Gold Glove center fielder.
Yeah.
Okay.
But as far as other stacks, I am interested in the Braves, even though they're in San Francisco.
Yep.
Can get down with that. I don't know how much Reynaldo we're going to see, but oh no, they faced McDonald. Sorry, they got McDonald, and he's been pretty decent this year, but where he's really given up, where he's really getting hit is by lefties. So that's obviously Baldwin, Matt Olson, and Michael Harris's music.
Yep.
And hey, throw Dom Smith in there too. Little revenge game.
Respect.
So yeah, Braves showing up for me as somebody that I like a good bit.
Trevor McDonald is third on the slate in hard hit rate against. So yeah, that'll play.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, he's giving up some decently hard contact there, and he gets all those power lefties that you were alluding to. Did see in the chat earlier people asking about who's pitching because there was the rainout game yesterday and the Royals didn't have a listed starter. I think we're getting Gallen versus McGreevy, which is just running back what yesterday was going to be, but then today in the rain game. And then I think Steven Cruz is pitching for the Royals today, who's actually pretty high up on this list in terms of getting hit hard, but obviously the sample is relatively small.
So you were talking about Arizona and the Cardinals, like respectively.
Yeah, I think we're gonna get Gallen and McGreevy again.
Yeah, it does look like McGreevy for me.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Nezzy, I just kind of want to highlight as we keep going with like this stack stuff. I do just want to kind of highlight a couple mispriced hitters in my estimation.
Sure.
Right now, Soto played yesterday, which was really surprising to me. Yeah. Bobby Witt hasn't played baseball in like a week, and I don't know why they didn't just put him on the IL if he was going to miss this amount of time, but he might be back today. So that makes him instantly mispriced. And I think people are a little bit like pattern matching with yesterday, what happened with Soto, that you get him in here. Corbin Carroll, man, you could play him every damn day, and he has an ADP of 31. I know it's not the best place in the world to hit, and we like that lineup against lefties more than against righties, but he stood out as one that was kind of underpriced to me. Seager wound up coming back. Shout out to us. Goldschmidt, who was like a 101 candidate yesterday and paid it off versus like a lefty there. He gets another spot against a lefty today, going to be leading off. He looks mispriced to me. Soto, even though it's Wheeler, you can play Soto against anyone, and he's buried down here. So I just wanted to highlight some of these quote unquote studs who are like in half decent spots who are buried.
Yeah, there's, with so many players on the slate, you're bound to see stuff like this. So yeah, good shout for some of these scrolls.
Yeah, Gunnar Henderson falls into that camp as well. So just wanted to highlight that, like, hey, man, there's some big time stud name value who are also in half decent spots. Maybe take Soto out of the half decent spot equation there, but like I know it's lefty, but it's fucking Patrick Corbin, man. Like, give me some Seager today. Give me, like, they just went nuke on them yesterday, so that's kind of where I'm at there. Okay, cool. Yeah, we're throwing Atlanta in the mix there, using Baldwin as a stopgap there. Who else kind of jumps out to you, Nez? I was drafting a couple White Sox this morning there. I like some of those left-handed White Sox. I like the Kyle Teals back in that lineup. Just lengthens the power a little bit. I was doing him plus Montgomery, a little correlated stack there a couple times. We talked about some of those Red Sox could be okay today, just given the hitting conditions. Baltimore's buried. Right-handed Rangers. Do you like the Rangers going up against their old friend Patrick Corbin?
Yeah, the Rangers are okay. I can't get the Patrick Corbin games right, so I'll probably just be on the outside looking in for the most part there.
Yeah.
I do like that White Sox and Royals game. I think both sides of that are pretty interesting.
Cool. Yeah, I like it better in that park too for the home run equity opposed to when they play in Kansas City. Also, like, Sandlin's not been great. He's only had 3 starts on the season, and they've been a little bit peaks and valley, but yeah, if you get Bobby Witt back in this lineup, and you can get like Kaggs has been hitting well, Jensen's been hitting well, get some of those power lefties in there. I don't think Vinny P's back yet, right? He's missing some extended time, but yeah.
Yep. All these lefties, Jensen, Kaggs. The blurb for Bobby Witt on the website says that he's going to play, or that he's expected to play. That would obviously be a huge deal to the projections of that stack. And then How about this for a throwback? If you remember this, John Rave.
Wow. That is a deep dive. That's almost as deep as the Derek Hill love I was about to sprinkle.
Oh. But yeah, A1's favorite, John Rave.
John Rave, the oh fuck, I forgot the other guy's name now. Jake Cave of my generation.
Ah, yeah.
Oh, truly sick behavior. Okay, let's throw Royals in there just as like some guys that we're interested in who are mispriced or a little bit lower down there. I kind of like this lefty stuff at the top of the lineup there, where you do a little Jensen, do a little Cags mixed in with your Bobby Witt. Who else is kind of popping for you outside of like some of those one-off names that we mentioned?
I don't know necessarily about popping.
Sure, yeah.
But the Brewers are definitely on my radar today.
Yeah, nothing bad ever happens.
Nothing. Going to be Colin Ray. I don't have much respect for Colin Ray. He doesn't strike anybody out. Yeah, he's very mid. Yeah. And if you're a right-handed mid pitcher against his Brewers, you're probably in big trouble.
Yeah, good shouts there. You're going to face maybe 7 lefties in this lineup today.
Yeah.
So yeah, get a little bit of pick to click. Obviously, left-handed power plays better at Miller Park, aka family fucking who cares Miller Park. Yeah, get a little Rake Bowers in your life. Get a little bit of Bryce Terang scoring fantasy points a billion different ways.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I like that shout, especially relative to ADP. Christian Yelich, just relative to talent level, buried with this 33 ADP. You could put him on that short list of the hashtag talented guys from before there. What about some of these righties? Can we get on board with the righties from the Rangers? Like I kind of like a little bit of Rake Burger as well.
Yeah, it's probably time to talk Rangers.
I mean, I know we alluded to not being able to get Patrick Corbin right ever, but I don't know, man. If you're going to play it, I kind of like the idea of getting to some of these power righties against them.
Yeah, we're obviously very much into Wyatt Langford at this point in time.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of other power righties in this lineup too. So, yeah, there's a lot of different ways that you can stack this up, and it's, I believe, relatively unowned. I think Langford's a little chalky, but otherwise should have your choice of right-handed bats here. Yeah, Langford's got a top 10 ADP, but Bauer, Josh Young, all down here for free.
Like it, dude. Where else can we go, dude? I mean, it's a 13-game slate, and I'm like, I don't really want to onslaught anyone. And I'm kind of like, yeah, there's value in like the contrarian onslaught, but like, man, I'm kind of like, this is like a 3-1-1. This is a 2-1-1-1-1 kind of slate in my estimation. Like I'm going home run shopping here because there's a lot of isolated bats that I can tell myself a story about, but I don't know who the team on the slate right now that's going to score 12 runs is.
Yeah, it does. Nothing's truly standing out in that regard.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe you just stack up Baltimore.
Okay.
They've got Andrew Alvarez on the mound. He's a lefty. For the Nationals there. His numbers look pretty solid. His K rate is pretty strong for the amount of innings that he's been going. Mm-hmm. But the one thing that is against him is just, this park in Baltimore and this team hitting better as of late. So, Taylor, obviously the top of the order there, Ward, Gunnar, and Pete Alonso, strong plays. But don't sleep on Blaze Alexander and Kobe Mayo either, who are just crushing lefties.
There's 4 lefty killers right here, man.
Yeah.
There's Ton, Mayo, Blaze, and Jeremiah Jackson, lefty killers.
Yep. And Mayo is like by far my favorite of the bunch there. He's on an unbelievable stretch of hitting lefties in the last 30 days. Looks like it's just 17 plate appearances, but an 867 ISO.
Yeah, seems good.
You
I can get on board with an 860 ISO.
That's ridiculous, man. He like doesn't hit singles against them.
That's
459 WOBA on the season against lefties.
Wow. Okay. Shout out to our guy Len Keith dropping off 10 bones at our door there. He's apologetic because he did his slide kicky footy picks and they ripped him down. Numi was on the other side of the keyboard and was like, dude, these are too damn sharp. And they just pulled everything down because Len Keith has been smoking hot on the slide jobs there. So appreciate the love, my friend. Unfortunate we cannot play alongside you. Let's put Kobe Mayo in there and Blaze Alexander so the people know who to click on. Yeah, man. Anybody else that we want to shout out just kind of as more than 3-mans or 3-mans plus? I was kind of interested in like an Otto Lopez, Jake Marcy, like Jacob Marcy, kind of like doing something like that. But I'm a little scared off by the weather now and the totals that I'm seeing. But when I came into the day, I was a little interested in some Miami stuff. I'm on board with Dodgers when they're cheap, but like I'm not really trying to get crazy overweight Dodgers today. I mean, maybe Bo Sox are a little bit underpriced today, and you get the leverage off Will Warren if he's going to stay SP4 all day.
Yeah, definitely some double bubble there. Don't think people really are thinking about the Red Sox too much right now because Will Warren garners some deserved respect. But yeah, I love playing bats in Fenway.
Yeah, me too. Especially when there's not like screaming hitting conditions elsewhere, when you can get the team that's like in the best hitting environment. And now it's not created equal to like Coors or Sutter Health or any of that shit, but like at least it's best relative to the slate today and it's free. Like, yeah, man, I'm gonna mix a couple 3-mans here.
Yeah. And then the only other team I would mention, you kind of talked about him like very briefly, is Miami.
Yeah. I'm good with that. I had a little Kyle Stowers on the cover a couple days ago and then took it off knowing that we were going to do some football and Miz was on the slate. But like we talked about Otto Lopez hitting like 350.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, McGreevy stinks and we just need that game to play.
Yeah, I like it. Wow, Jacob Marcy doesn't even have an ADP.
He's been pretty bad.
Okay.
Yeah, sadly.
Reese Hines, Reds legend, man. You know, yesterday we were talking about dudes who killed you for a week and then got top 10 ADPs. Put Reese Hines in that fucking combo.
Yeah, that's Reese Hines music for sure.
Reese Hines and Will Benson skinny stacks murdered, took all the bodies with them. Body bags were littered around the streets when those guys went off for like a 2-week window.
Yeah, never forget how good you.
It's impossible to forget. All right, dude. Anybody else that you want to shout out? Mispriced bat, a scroll the F down play. We didn't talk about the Rays. The Rays have really high ADPs, and Junior Caminero broke the slate yesterday. The Rays look like kind of like bad chalk in my estimation, just given how expensive they are. But I don't want to get caught with my pants down just because Gallen has been so bad. So, yeah, I don't know. Any thoughts there?
Yeah, I think you have to do some of the low-owned Rays if you're going to do them. Like, if you do 3 Rays, you definitely need to take some low-owned Rays with them.
Okay.
But ideally, you're probably doing max 2 of the top 3 for Tampa Bay, just to avoid being like overly chalky. And yeah, that would be my my advice there. But they look great. Gallen's been so bad.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. Sounds good to me. Yeah, I'll ask one last time. Anybody else in the hashtag models or what's going on with you?
Yeah, I think the deepest cut I would mention would be Dylan Cruz.
Okay, sure. Yeah, just playing into that angle that we were referring to with you liked James Wood to begin with, so getting some skinny stack action with Dylan Cruz mixed in.
Yeah, he's up here with all the studs. today. So
on the Run the Sims projections.
Yep. Yeah, he's up here with all the studs. Junior, Schwarber, Julio, Alonso, Cody, Clemens, obviously the rock star name there. Marte, Otani, and Cruz is right around there.
All right, cool. If you guys are watching and not just listening in audio form, you guys can see runthesims.com, 20% off with promo code BADGE at the base there, going across the ticker there. Nez has been very complimentary of how good the projections have been this year. And just also having differentiating projections than the rest of the community, not using, the bad X or something like that. There's value in that on a day-to-day basis. I will bring it to the forefront there, show you guys that list that Nez was looking at there. Dylan Cruz popping all the way up here. Rake Bowers, my guy, popping a little bit in terms of the fantasy points there. But James Wood really lapping the field on this slate as ADP adjusted best play on the slate. Yeah,
pretty wild. Pretty wild. Didn't expect to see James Wood name up there like that.
Yeah, likewise, man. Click the link in the chat there. Nez dropped it for the people if you are interested. Nezzy, what do you say we rip a draft and then we kind of do a couple home run pick the clicks there, because I think we liked a couple of those. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, cool. A little fastball Friday here, 13 game slate, entry number 5 for your boy, I believe. Something like that. Did a couple this morning. We got 3 more spots for friends and family. Get on in here.
All right.
Sawdog boots on the ground as a White Sox fan says that Sadlin stinks.
Yeah, these weather spots are all yellows for Roth, so like really take it with a big old grain of salt. Yeah.
We got Jay Thomas in here. We got Tyler in here. We got the Sawdog in here. We got Klebs in here, and we got the Kentucky Clint. Love to see it.
Let's go, guys.
Nezzy takes. I imagine some of the starting pitching is going to be off the board by the time it makes its way to us. I'd venture to guess you'd like us to take Byron Buston all over the Rockies today.
Whoa.
Whoa.
If you want to, yeah, that'd be a start that I've done a number of times already.
Okay. I think it's a pretty cool day to do the Falco, to do the Seedmeister out here,
all right,
where you do the Corbin Carroll and James Wood, who are like ADPs 30 and whatever.
Yeah,
and then you do a 3-man contrarian to go with it. Let's trust our boys over at Run the Sims and take James Wood here with the 4th overall pick.
Let's start this thing off.
Let's just show the people that you can put your what's on the table here.
Ooh. We're doing it too.
Your coffee cups. I'm excited for this weekend, man. We got a little Canada game on Sunday there for the round of 32. Going to be buzzing.
Nice.
Yeah. Supposed to play a golf tournament tomorrow morning. Nez, I want you to know.
You're not gonna?
It's a little bit rainy right now, so I'm fingers crossed. Whom is another one-off, or should we take a pitcher?
Let's do Colson Montgomery one-off.
Colson Montgomery. Oh, like it. Get some of that lefty pop in there. Let's do it. So James Wood and Colson Montgomery as our 2 one-offs with ADPs north of 28. And then we will take a contrarian pitcher and a contrarian 3-man stack that nobody's going to see coming here. A couple things. Nez, first things first, I want you to know how committed I am to the program yesterday. There was a best ball tournament at one of the clubs that my buddy's member at, and they had a free spot open up right before we were about to do the program. He said, free round of golf at the club, Johnny boy. We could use you on the team. And I said, absolutely not. I am committed to the program. I'm committed to Nezzy Takes. I'm committed to drafting fantasy teams with my friend on the Underdog platform.
If it hadn't had just been coming off 2 weeks of Jon, you would have been fucking out of here. I can only imagine the internal monologue you had with yourself. Like, oh my,
You're fucking dead ass spot on, dude.
I can't believe this is happening today of all day. Why couldn't this tournament be on a Saturday?
Oh, so good, man. What do you think about taking Roki Sasaki here?
Let's do let's do the Messick or not Messick, the Cleveland guy.
Oh,
Cantillo,
come on.
That's all right. It's all right. I forgot his name. I forgot his name.
You're fucking better than that. I'm better than that, dude. I'm so sorry. No, I'm better than that.
It's okay. Oh. He's still off the board. It's still lower owned. It's fine.
Okay. It's fine. All right. Whew. All right. Dude, if you play Dodgers today, like they're gonna be like way lower owned than usual if you do it without Ohtani. But I don't love doing Dodgers without Ohtani. I was just thinking about that because Freeman is top of mind, and I was just gonna look up the Cardi's favorite stacks there. Who's a contrarian stack that we liked that nobody else is gonna play, my friend?
Colorado
righties. Here we go. Colorado. Let's talk about it. Hunter Goodman.
Yeah.
Hunter Goodman, a little Mickey Moniak. Yep. Those would be kind of my two favorites, and then we could mix in a third.
Yeah. I mean, probably Rumfield or McCarthy for my money, but Cole Carrig also playing well.
Okay. Cole Carrig it is.
All right. But Moniak's definitely the next.
Yeah, I'm about it, man. Castro's fine. Rumfield's got a little bit of pop. McCarthy's been a little bit bang bust at the top of that lineup. He's been playing well. Yeah, we might do a little McCarthy in here. It might be contrarian enough to get away with.
Oh, it will be.
Yeah. Wonder why Mickey Moniak doesn't really have a projection.
I know, it's weird.
Yeah.
I don't see anything that says he's sitting.
Interesting. I will say one of the cool things about the Run the Sims stuff, as I've been jumping around here, we'll just showcase a little bit here. When you click on the Colorado thing, boom, jumps right to what they project the lineup to be. Then you could filter by the order. You could filter by the fantasy points projection there. You could see that they like McCarthy, they like Castro, they like Goodman. It's interesting that they're forecasting no Moniak in the lineup as of right now. So maybe we missed something there. But yeah, who do you want to play here? Cole Carrig or Jake McCarthy?
McCarthy.
All right, let's do it. McCarthy's been nice with it recently. Should be leading off in that lineup. A 3-man Colorado stack with a double scroll with James Wood and Colson Montgomery, though I do believe James Wood is going to get a little bit of a steam job as the day goes on here, thanks to Nezi Takes and the good people at Run the Sims. And then Roki Sasaki as our SP3, man.
I like it.
Love to see it. Wow, our guy, Best Ball Viper. Buffalo, is that Wyoming? WY, it would be Wyoming.
Huh.
Swear I saw Josh Allen hiking with his mom.
I don't think there's no way. I mean, WY is so far from NY. Like the W on the keyboard is so far from N, but like, well, I guess Josh Allen did go to Wyoming.
Yeah, and he was hiking, so it all makes sense. And our guy's been traveling all the world since he took down the dog bowl there. He's been bouncing around.
Yeah, living the dream.
Yeah, pitch tell me shit just went golfing. Oh man, Melch heard the call of his people, baby. The call of the Rockies, the ice cold blue capped mountains, courtesy of Coors Field. All right, Nezi Takes. That was beautiful. Scroll the F down. Team, a very intelligently built team. Tap in on what some of our friends were doing there. You see a Milwaukee 4-man with a one-off Pete Alonso. You see a little bit of that Tampa Bay alongside Minnesota 3-2 stack. You see Rake Berger, all these righties there for Tyler against Patrick Corbin. You know, former teammate, they might have the book on him. And then you see that KC stack emerging there that we talked about. We liked the Cags, Jensen, and Witt if he goes. Nick Paws you can play on any damn day alongside Mizrowski. If you had to label the structure of build that you think wins this evening, Nez, what do you think it would be?
I'll say I think it would be just because you see it so often with these big slates like onslaughts. I'll say a 4-1.
4-1. All right, Nezzy's calling 4-1 tonight. Your boy likes a 3-1-1 this evening. A lot of stacks to get to, a lot of flat projections across the board there. But if you want to check out Run the Sims right there on the screen, promo code BADGE. Nezzy, let's take a peek at some home run picks to click as I read off one last thing. Cardi's projections have the stack rankings: Dodgers, Rangers, Phillies, Twins, Royals, Yankees, Braves, Brewers. All right. Okay. Not bad. Nez, I'm just gonna start throwing some names out here. Jake Berger, let's take a peek. Only a 217. Rake Bowers, let's take a little peek here. 236, put it in the idea box there. What about James Wood? Only a 189. That makes him a nice pick in the lobbies there. Yeah, anybody else that you can think of as I use the unabated stuff to see if we got any odds popping?
Yeah, what about Luke Keeschel?
Okay. Playing that Twins narrative that you liked?
Yeah, what do we got for him? Is he even showing up?
Does not look like it.
All right. What about looking at some stuff here?
Sure. Yeah, I'm looking at the DFS Pick'em tool on the unabated side. I am looking at the projections as well.
Seeing some love for Ernie Clement and Jacob Young as some dudes.
Those are some deep dives. Those are some ball players.
They exist.
That is they exist. Okay, let me take a little peek here at the unabated home run tool here. Soto popping a little bit. This is using the Bad X projections, so I could also upload the Run the Sims ones. I could also mess around with the Ballpark Pal stuff. Josh Young at a flat 3X. That's a good shout from Tyler in the chat there. Bryson Stott, Tovar, Springer, Royce Lewis. We could take a little price tag shopping at the Royce Lewis there. Manzardo or Bazana. Could we do the lefty stuff? Okay, we're getting some ideas.
Ballpark Pal has some takes.
All right, give me one there.
Jacob Young.
Oh, it is really? Oh, Kobe Mayo was in the
my initial
box.
Jacob Young call was via Run the Sims, and then looking at unabated and putting in Ballpark Pal. Jacob Young popping again.
Wow, just because of this like egregious 663?
Yeah. I think the odds everywhere are just it look, we see this a lot with Baltimore, man. It just kind of looks like a Baltimore day.
Okay.
We had a couple of those last year where it's just like spray and pray on that in that park and try to hit one.
Okay. All right. Well, now it's such a high multiplier that I think we could just go ahead and add. Oh, that has to be a 3-1. Let's see. World Cup for 30%. World Cup for 30%. No dice. Okay. We'll do Jacob Young plus Rake Bowers. Rake Bowers popping in the Run the Sims projections as well. He was on like the first page there. Pair with Aranda.
I don't know what Aranda's multiplier is, but your guy Derek Hill showing up.
Oh, buddy. Aranda with a 2-3. Derek Hill with a 4-4-3. He's been raking right now too. All right. Drop a little Derek Hill and Aranda in the chat for the people there. I like that Josh Young call. Josh Young versus, I know we like to play lefties in that park, but against Patrick Corbin, doing a little Josh Young, and let me take a look-sees here. I'm going to filter by home run on What about Kyle Stowers? I had Stowers on the cover before. I just want to see what his price is.
Yeah, you like Stowers.
Man, only a flat 2. We can't play that.
Oof.
Goodman or Colson Montgomery? We probably aren't going to get good prices on either. Yeah, Goodman is a 185. That's draftable in our games.
Yeah.
Colson Montgomery as a 189. Hey, yo, I got you. How about this? People forget that Kyle Teal's got big league pop.
What's he at? 3. All right.
382.
Yeah, I like it.
People forget Kyle Teal can bang with the boppers.
And he can.
He can absolutely bang with the boppers. All right, that's 3 pretty fun ones there. If I filter by simply home run on the Run the Sims stuff, Jackson Churio looks pretty good. Cal Raleigh looks okay, but the price won't be good. Rake Bowers and Cody Clemens. I think we could take a look at Cody Clemens. You liked Cody Clemens.
It's not going to be good.
No? Wow, 164 for a Cody Clemens home run. How is that for fucking Chalk City? Holy.
Yeah, man.
That's
I can't get away from these guys.
That's the Okamoto of my generation right there. What is Okamoto's price tag?
I can't stop drafting them.
Wow. Nobody's taken an 18 home run guy who has a 187x. Nobody's drafting him.
Can't do it.
Simply cannot do it.
Nope.
Last place I'm going to look here for the hashtag models. Hey, dude, how about our boy Mickey Moniak popping a little bit? CJ Abrams popping a little bit on the ballpark, pal. Ben Rice, Evergreen, Curtis Mead. We asked ourselves for a decade why the Rays were platooning this guy, and now all of a sudden all he does is just hit home runs.
What is in the water with the Nationals?
I don't know, man. But James Wood has the most likely pick to click on multiple models today. So good shouts from you, my guy.
Appreciate it.
Barshow lefty wasn't in there yesterday, but could be in there today. Should be in there today. Oh, sorry, that's not lefty. I was getting my Patrick Corbin's confused. That's Evaldi, so he'll be back in there today. What about a little Seager lefty? I'm getting carried away now.
You are. I mean, Seager on in the best spot isn't even like appealing to me anymore.
Right. Yeah.
He's gone downhill.
All right. Okay. Last one we're going to tap in on is just to see what Curtis Mead's price tag is. Just Ferda. It's a 281. All right. I might use this Jacob Young one last time. We got him up to 717 now on the Jacob Young. Who is one player that you have extreme confidence in to pair with him, Nezzy?
I mean, extreme confidence or a price that I like?
Extreme confidence. I don't know. Both.
I mean, like, you want something that I think will be green or something that I think just is mispriced?
Either or. Like, give me both and I'll decide. Mayo.
Offhand, would you throw in Mayo? Yeah.
Mayo
works.
All right, let's do it. Jacob Young Day with Kobe Mayo. All right. There we go. Drop it in the chat there. Let's see. Okay, Ghost AF saying, remember prospect guys said Phils gave up too much by sending Curtis Mead to the Rays in the Christopher Sanchez deal. Wow. That's unbelievable.
I don't even remember that taking place, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't remember that. But that's a great revisionist history. Wow.
Many such cases.
Wow. Bobby Ferda. All right, Nezzy Takes concludes a beautiful baseball segment. Awesome slate to draft. Your boy will be in the streets this afternoon and then be sweating some dingers this evening. Play alongside those pick'em entries at a reasonable clip there. because, they are some long shots for the people there. But yeah, John Boy Slops decided to learn unit sizes today. So I will preach unit sizes as well today.
Respect my goat.
Respect my goat. All right, Nezzy Takes. We are going to jump in the lobbies here, but we are also going to have, did you find the cardio club lineup that you were telling the people about?
No, I can't remember what I said when I posted it. So there's like so many cardio club drafts to go through that I just gave up.
Okay, fair enough. We got a bunch of spots in here. Hopefully you guys saved your Frenchie Friday bullets to draft alongside the people. 7 more spots for the brand new Frenchie Friday 7. The Frenchie 7, very, what do we got here? Single entry, 10K to first, 4 out of 12, 1 out of 4, then a heads up 1 out of 2 in week 16 to get to a 117 final. Kind of a fun structure here. Very cool.
I love it. I love the 1 out of 2 for week 16. And honestly, a lot of fun too to have like such soft advance rates. You can really kind of push limits here and probably take more question mark guys, for this one, like, Neighbors, for example,
Sure.
Kittle, guys like that. Sharp.
Yeah. Petey Pablo wrote up Kittle this morning as one of like as we keep getting good news, mispriced players.
Yeah. I tend to agree. I mean, I think he still is like, kind of live to be a slow starter. So, I don't think it's without like total difficulty of, finding points at tight end, but he's still totally like it's not hard to put a good tight end room around George Kittle, and the reward far outweighs the risk at the end of the day.
All right, cool, respect it. Like the take. Our guy Evan's in here. What else we got? Damron's in here. aka Dave's in here. Tyler's in here. Slick Willie's in here. Love to see it. Who else did I miss? The Stackinator. That's a sick name.
The Stackinator.
Yeah. Tyler is laddering up those Ks, sliding it all the way to 13 for the Miz. Wow. Nezzy Takes, is there any decision to be made here, or is it just Bijan?
It's Bijan, but, I find it really interesting too. Obviously Jamar Chase and Puka Nacua are incredible projections and incredible players that are going to have great seasons. And you have Adam Levitan, obviously a VTR, coming out and saying that their projections on those guys, even including JSN, are like very, very, very tight between each of them. Okay. That if you were somebody that wanted to be a risk taker and fade, maybe Bijan or just like Gibbs, even by leapfrogging them and having an outsized portfolio of one player, and then while simultaneously fading another, and like having that hit just like is such a unique portfolio advantage that you could have if you wanted to. And given the fact that realistically their probabilities are all kind of the same, I mean, sure, I don't have the nuts to do it, but I kind of did it 2 years ago when I was taking Bijan was the 8th overall pick, and I was taking him as early as like 4, and I had 30%, and he had a great year. I think that there's, I don't know, maybe you can pokerize what I'm saying here, but like, does that kind of make sense, or is it just like actually you just want to be flat?
No, I think it's a evergreen risk tolerance exercise when we have these conversations, and it's just one slate. And do you want to be the guy who shows up and T-boxes the fuck out of the leaderboard on an NBA slate? Or do you want to be the guy who shows up and hopes he gets his 1 in 7 year team to the final and runs good? And I think there's 2 mindsets to it, right? Yeah, I don't know. If you're going to fade someone at the front end of the draft board, systemic offensive failure of Bijan looks the most prevalent in the top 6 players, Yeah.
And then there's a lot of running backs that go, so you can easily kind of make up for that. Yeah. It is interesting because if you think about it from like a one DFS slate perspective, the ownership's going to be 7% across everybody's portfolio that's max entering.
Yeah.
And the projection's the same. You're just flipping a coin. I don't know.
Sure. Yeah. No, I respect it. Nez, we're up here. We got George Pickett staring us in the face. We haven't really had the Rashee Rice conversation. What do you like?
I like Rashee Rice.
All right, let's do it. I did this morning here where I took Rashee in the second round, just kind of like is this the cheapest he'll ever be kind of conversation.
Yeah, you did put that, and we forgot to answer the question. I think.
I changed the title.
Good. We totally forgot to answer that question. No, he's gonna rise. Like his ADP at 28. That doesn't even feel real to me because I haven't seen him go. I mean, I have a couple slows where I got him at pick 30, and I was just like, oh, wow, okay. Mm-hmm. He's gonna rise as soon as training camp starts.
Respect it. Pretty flat tier here in terms of anyone you want to select. Pickens feels fine. McBride feels fine. One of the running backs feels fine. What do you like?
Pickens or Love, I think.
All right, let's take Pickens then.
Yeah. I'm doing a little bit more Jeremiah Love.
Sure. Yeah. We talked about that one a little bit the other day. Interesting to see Boomfire set up the Cincinnati stack on the left side of the board. Might be a little bit more of a meta, especially in a 4 teams advance time box contest.
Yeah, that's fun. Yeah. I like doing that.
CLV obviously means a little bit less in this contest, but then the counterpoint is it's easier to push through some guys in this style contest when it's 4 out of 12. So yeah,
pretty interesting dynamic with the 4 out of 12.
Nezzy, this is the big pressing conversation for those of you who were here yesterday. Honestly, a little bit disappointed. I know there's a lot of things to watch and a lot of things to do, and I know the Bash took up 5 fucking hours of football yesterday there, but a little bit disappointed with the viewership yesterday because I thought it was a really effing good show. And especially if you guys just go back and watch the last 20 minutes of the show, because Nez and I kind of flirted with this conversation about, getting exploitative in some of these tiers. And we talked about the 1-2 turn yesterday. I'm going to flip it over to Nez here and talk about the basically the 3-4 turn on the right-hand side of the board today. If we wanted to go full Leonardo DiCaprio, point at the screen, meme, who is your guy in that range? I mean, because we see this whole range get flipped around a lot. Like Higgins goes up. Yesterday we were talking about how Flowers went up. Jacobs is now falling back to part of this range. Neighbors sometimes falls. So if you had to pinpoint kind of like your ADP 27 through 42, the floor is yours, and then I will retort.
I'd have to I need to reconfigure myself with that range because it does jump around quite a bit. Mm-hmm. I do really like Zay Flowers. I do really like Garrett Wilson, but I think right now my answer is Tet McMillan.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Yeah, he was really impressive last year.
All right. I mean, not scared of the fact that they re-signed Coker, not scared of the fact that there's, Bryce Young at the helm who's been benched in back-to-back years here.
Yeah, even with all that, McMillan was still a monster, and he's still, he was a target hog for sure. And in what was a pretty, not great situation last year. Mm-hmm. You would prefer a situation to get better. But, that's definitely hard to say. But I feel really safe about him and him taking another leap, too, in his second year.
Nez, we got a very interesting spot here. The Scata Boys. We could do some Bucky Irving stuff. We could do Waddle.
Scat, baby.
You want to mount up?
Absolutely.
All right. I think this is the first one on stream thus far. Scata Boys, mount up. Backflip. The backflip got the people jazzed right now.
I'm a believer. It's a lot of force on that leg.
Yeah.
A lot of force.
Dude, I like a lot of guys in this range.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
This is a very fun part of the draft right now.
Yeah, Salrock takes Waddle there. He was one of the guys that I like. I really like Adams. I really like Bucky Irving relative to the price tag, although it matters more in BBM than it matters necessarily here. If Loveland finished as tight end 1, nobody would bat an eye. JMO go Burr.
This is a really nice Loveland fall.
Yeah, you want it?
Yeah.
All right.
Yep, I would take it.
Solver agrees with it. A 10 out of 10 score there. I think people misremember or don't remember, or, he broke slate after slate after slate at the tail end of last year, including some of those postseason ones, right?
Yeah, I think if he was a wide receiver, I would take him over Luther Burden. But the fact that he's a tight end, you only start one tight end, you can easily kind of best ball your way to, matching a Loveland score over the course of a season. That eligibility hurts Loveland in terms of how good of a pick he is in best ball. But I think he's going to score more fantasy points than Luther Burden this year.
All right. Respect the take, dude. I like it.
Yeah, I haven't gotten to a lot of them because I don't like reaching for Loveland.
Yeah, I don't really like reaching for tight end in a vacuum.
Yeah.
So
getting him at 50 is very nice.
If you wanted to be the exploitative guy and take Bowers or McBride in the second round where we think they probably deserve to be going, you just don't have to right now. But taking them in that range would be, I wouldn't fault you for it. And then Loveland going in round 5 just feels like, well, how different is the ceiling from McBride?
Yeah, seriously. I mean, he's probably going to be in the red zone more often.
Right. Yeah. Literally. Yeah. I guess the holes you could poke in it is the week 17 game, but who knows? They might have Carson Beck running out there and throwing 18 times a game for Arizona by then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. A lot of question marks there.
Yeah. Purple Yost down bad, man. Locked the keys, the laptop, and the phone in the car. Oh, buddy.
Nobody runs worse than my guy Yosh.
Nobody runs worse. Nobody runs worse than the Eliminator champ. Oh, fuck, that's a shitty fucking day.
That does suck, though. I'm sorry, dude.
Yeah. Slick Willie stacking up that Buffalo stack there, getting the Cook, Allen, and DJ Moore. Pretty sharp stuff there. Nez, I want to go back to this range again here. I can't quit Ladd, man. Ladd, Waddle, Adams, that kind of those 3 guys kind of stand out to me in that tier of that tail end of 3rd/4th turn.
Yeah, it's Ladd. I still sort of struggle with Ladd.
Mm-hmm.
It's really hard for me to forget last year, even though he was so good rookie year. And his price did take a hit, obviously, because of that. I don't know, man. I really need Keenan Allen to not sign there.
Right. Yeah, a lot of that does hinge on the Keenan Allen
Why
stuff.
is he posting Instagram stories with Derwin James?
Ooh, they're just boys, man. They're just boys.
I mean, he lives in LA.
Yeah.
So I hope that's the case. I really think he's going to go to the Colts, but
okay. Warren goes there. We have no business taking Burrow here. Caleb stacks. Chuba's the end of the running backs. I'd kind of throw my hat in the ring for Chuba.
Okay. Yeah, let's do Chuba and then get Caleb.
Yeah, I'm good with Caleb. I'm good with Dak. I'm good with Naked Hurts. I'm good with DK and punting quarterback for a bit and trying to see if we can get Mahomes back. Okay. Yeah, it's rare that he falls all the way back because someone usually tries to do the setup Mahomes.
Yeah.
Interesting to see that Boomfire set up the double stack for the Bengals and then passed on Burrow.
Yeah,
that's playing with fire.
It's not. That's not worth the risk at all.
Yeah. Caleb, DK, Hurts.
I'll just say Caleb because we have it stacked, man.
Yeah, you like Caleb more than Dak?
Not necessarily.
Okay. We could have taken Dak.
Yeah, it's just, it's Caleb. There's not a lot of opportunities to take Caleb in these drafts for a guy like me. He's almost impossible to backstack unless you do. Yeah. Well, he is, unless you think Xavier Williams or whatever and Cole Kmet are going to factor in. But he ran more last year, and obviously, like, we think he is really good. I just think he's overpriced. But to have Loveland, you might as well get some exposure to Caleb. I just don't think we're not going to draft him very much this year. So
I agree with you.
that seemed like the time to do it, especially in a contest like this where it's 4 out of 12.
Yeah.
Maybe he's a little underwhelming, but spikes in the playoffs.
Remember last year we started making like the comps of like, hey, these priced up offenses, are we sure about it? And we were making the comps of the Texans one after CJ Stroud's rookie year. And then we were making the how different is backstacking the Jags or tacking on Lawrence than paying the price tag for the Texans and paying the price tag for the Bears.
Mm-hmm.
And there's just a lot of offenses that I feel similarly about this year where it's like it just doesn't make it move as much as the Bears,
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I think Caleb and Jared Goff in terms of fantasy points is like a coin flip.
Sure. Yeah.
But Caleb's got the name brand, so.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree with you, man. I agree with you. And like, if I was pinpointing like MVP candidates in these ranges, like maybe I'm not giving Ben Johnson enough credit, or maybe I'm putting too much weight in the shitty outdoor playoff schedule at Soldier Field. And I've seen Soldier Field just play so bad that time of year in the past there. But like, I'm looking at MVP candidates in this range. Not that that's a 1-for-1 to fantasy output, but I'm going like, oh yeah, Herbert, I can see it. Mahomes, I can see it. Dak, I can see it. Caleb, maybe, I don't know, right? Like that's kind of just how I feel.
I think that they're like the number one team being drafted at their ceiling right now.
Yep, probably.
When you include the price of Caleb, I think.
Right. I'll give you the other one. Finish your thought on Caleb. I'll give you the other one.
No, that was it, really.
Okay. New Orleans is getting drafted at their ceiling.
Yeah. Specifically
Olave and Etienne.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Probably Tyson too.
Yep.
I think if Tyson outscored everybody in that range, you would be thrilled. Because I guarantee you, in projections, good luck finding someone that thinks Sutton's going to score less than Jordan Tyson on the season.
Yeah, right? What do you think about Josh Downs?
Yeah, Josh Downs is a favorite of mine right now. It's kind of crazy. He's sliding in drafts. Like, lot to like about Josh Downs. A lot of buzz about him moving around the formation, which is kind of what we've been waiting for. Pierce, slow start, almost certainly. Yeah, Josh Downs has that dog in him.
I like it. Dude, I kind of like some of these ceiling shot wide receivers here. You could also talk me into a second quarterback, but none of it is like a clean stack. I mean, I never take Monungai, but taking Monungai on a team like this would kind of make sense. I kind of like taking a swing at like Pearsall, Wilson, or Golden.
Yeah, I agree. I'd say Wilson or Pearsall, and I kind of like the Pearsall call.
All right, let's take Pearsall. Solver likes Wilson more. We'll take Pearsall here. Purdy's gone, but I don't know. It feels like he's got big ceiling potential, especially like if they move on from Ayuk.
Oh, and Ayuk is certainly not putting on that uniform ever again. He might not put on a uniform ever again.
That's fair. Yeah.
No, shout out to Emo Cowboy. He kind of opened my eyes a bit with Ricky. I was pretty hesitant.
Mm-hmm.
He was just sort of, explaining that when he was on the field, very, very efficient. And I think the situation around him is pretty interesting too. I mean, yeah, Mike Evans is there, probably going to outperform him, but he's definitely up there in age is Mike Evans. And yeah, I mean, Ricky kind of being the explosive guy, probably gains more yards. Evans, definitely live to finish with more touchdowns. You've got Kittle probably starting slow. Who knows how efficient CMC will be. A lot of reasons why Ricky takes on, a lot of volume like way more volume than what's projected, and
Mhm.
is efficient with it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I respect it. I wanted to like throw in there that like they clearly like went out and got him and whatever, but like San Francisco has gone out there and got their dude like 15 times and it's never
Yeah,
fucking panned out. Like they're the worst like team in the history of ever to move up for skill position players.
I know.
Like gotta get Trey Sermon, bro. Gotta get Trey Sermon.
Unbelievable. Really, they really know how to draft him. But I will say there was some anonymous quotes. I think they were anonymous.
Yeah.
That were given out in an article that were basically like co-signing the Dejon Stribling pick, and they said that he was not going to make it out of the second round.
Okay. All right. All right.
But maybe that was a GM trying to sound smart. Like, oh yeah, I totally like Dejon Stribling too. Because I mean, if you're a front office member, you probably think that the Niners are sharp.
Sure. Yeah. All right, let's give it to the audio listeners here. This is the Frenchie 7, Frenchie Fridays around here. Time box contest here. 4 out of 12, 1 out of 4, and 1 out of 2 in a 117 person final. So a little less emphasis on the week 17 stuff there with the smaller final. 1-3-4-1. Caleb Williams, Bijan Robinson, Scata Boys mount up. Chuba Hubbard, Rashee Rice, George Pickens, Josh Downs, Ricky Pearsall, Colston, Loveland. Yeah, man, we're going to have to maybe do some naked quarterbacking here, or yeah, I don't know. We could set up some back stacks. Let's see. Love comes to us here. There's no real good back stacks for Love, right?
Not really, no.
What about Jordan Mason? We talked about him yesterday a little bit.
I like Jordan Mason. Cue him up.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Wandale Robinson would give us the Ward back stack. Naked Willis. The problem is if we pass on quarterback here, we're going to go super dumpster diving for 3.
We don't have to stack,
Sure.
We really don't.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, it's a fair point.
Chuck is back stackable with Jawan and/or Kamara. Like Kamara's going to be there.
What do we got for New Orleans playoff schedule? Not that it really matters here, but we get, you get the Bijan back stack too. Wandell with Ward, Malik Willis unstacked, or Shuck.
I think Shuck, man.
All right. I kind of want to be a Ward guy.
Okay.
But like I'm not there yet,
I do too. Like I that's one of those guys that I like to make the bull case for.
Sure. Like why can't Ward do what Shuck did last year?
Yeah, I think Ward could kind of where I see Ward succeeding is like in a Jordan Love style of play.
Okay.
Where he's just bombing shit. Like Jordan, like there's so many times, I don't know why on one of my fucking social medias.
Yeah.
Getting clips of Jordan Love on Thursday Night Football, just like doing that like little like fadeaway, and you're just like holding your breath, like, oh my God, is this about to be a touchdown?
It's about to be 70 yards to the fucking house.
Yeah. So I see Cam Ward kind of balling in that regard. And hopefully Tate and Wandale can unlock that for him, and maybe even a healthy Calvin Ridley, which is somewhat of an oxymoron these days, can contribute to that.
Sure.
I like Robert Saleh there, man. I really do. I think we have to kind of give him a second chance, Saleh that is, in Tennessee, because I think we can all confidently say the Jets, top to bottom, dumb as shit.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I can confidently say that. Like, I liked Saleh when he went to the Jets. I was like, yo, defensive-minded head coach coming from a good regime, like, maybe brings a little bit of Shanny with him, like, cognitively for the offensive side. I do think he is a very, like, defensive-centric minded head coach, and he is a squeeze the air out of the football kind of guy and, like, establish the piss out of it. but
Sure,
Dayball
but
might flip that for him.
you said Dable?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like the 1-2 punch there. That really kind of solidified it for me as like really liking the coaching staff there. Like Dayball, I think is like the perfect pairing for Sala. Like two pretty vibe guys, like pretty big players coaches. And I think they complement each other so well offensively and defensively. Yeah, I really hope Dayball, because I think Dayball's good.
Okay.
I think it's just the Giants. the Giants, simply put. All right. I mean, Joe Shane, dude.
Yeah.
Might have a chance if you want to.
I'm kind of down with this idea, man. You want to take a third quarterback?
It's fun. Let's do it.
All right. Let's take Ward. I mean, we could take like Io Manor in the last round if you need to make it work and make it stack.
Ridley's really cheap too.
Ridley's cheap as hell. He's still going to be there.
Gunnar Helm.
Yeah. All right, cool. All right, let's do it. We talked ourselves into it. I think traditionally speaking, people would have gravitated to taking Daniel Jones and making like the double down bet on Josh Downs.
Sure.
Oh my God. I was like,
Juwan? No, that's a reach.
Dude, he scrolled past 5 tight ends to get to Juwan. I was like, oh, this is perfect. We're going to get Juwan next.
Shit. Top, I kind of two wide receivers I like up top there.
All right. Let's take I think that's my first Omar Cooper share.
I don't take him a ton, but he is a first round pick.
Sure. I can't believe that guy took fucking Juwan Johnson.
That's nuts. He's a wild card, man. Like naked Joe Burrow. Is that a naked Jordan Love?
Naked Jordan Love as well. And
Devontae
when he took
Smith pull up,
when he took the Joe Burrow naked, he also could have just stacked Jalen Hurts with Devonta. Wow. Frenchie Fridays turning into fuck around Fridays out here, bro.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell's in the water.
Wow, Boomfire took 3 straight tight ends there in that little pocket.
Bang, bang, bang.
All right. I see you. All right, Nezzy, how are we going to land this plane, dude? We got to start thinking about this a little bit here.
2 tight ends, as in total.
Yep. With the Colston pick. Yep.
Yeah.
So and probably Gunnar Helm.
We don't need to jam wide receiver because I think we have a pretty good wide receiver room right now.
Sure.
So we kind of have like a luxury pick. Like this could be a 4 running back team for me.
Okay.
But it doesn't have to be.
Bijan, Scatabo, Chuba, and Mason. I think I'd want a 5th.
Mm-hmm.
Rashi, Pickens, Downs, Pearsall, and Cooper. That's a little weak by my standards. Let's see what the capital buckets are telling us. Yeah, we fucking crushed running back already. We're a little bit low on wide receiver. That's kind of evergreen with the solver tool this year, but
yeah. This is just like the new meta too, is just to like hit it with volume at wide receiver in terms of quantity that you're adding. I still like this wide receiver. I'm like, I really like Rashi, really like Pickens. We just have like Downs and Pearsall are obviously like pretty leveraged bets there at the moment.
Yeah. Okay. I think we can make this make sense. You ready for this?
What do we got?
Calvin Ridley, Gunnar Helm, Devon Vele, Jaden Blue, and then one other player.
I'm definitely like Lily on Vele, but
yeah, I don't know.
The rest I'm good with.
Throwing out names. Trey Lance's brother is the other wide receiver that's a dart in that one. I think his name's Bryce Lance. Okay, Coleman's here. Bigsby's here. Gunnar Helm's here. Did we just take Helm? Coleman?
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah. All right.
I don't know what to think about Jonah Coleman, but
he was productive. That's the nice thing I would say.
Yeah. Just doesn't seem like a great bet to me. You could just take Ridley. Like, not ADP is meaningless down here.
Yeah, I was trying not to say it just for the Sal Rock guy because I have no idea what this guy's doing out here.
Yeah.
But I doubt he's watching either. So, yeah, I'd say Ayuk or Ridley, and Ridley stacks, and we made the Ward bet. Let's stick to the plan.
Yeah, Ayuk might fall to undrafted territory soon.
Okay, sure.
I don't know how his agent is not like knocking on his door.
Stop putting fucking videos out there.
Delete your Instagram. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, stop going live, dumbass.
Put your money in the fucking bank.
Yeah, put that money in the bank. Put it back in the shoebox under your bed, bro.
God damn.
Someone needs to get that guy a safe.
Seriously, man.
Henny's telling us that the meta today is to pull up Blake Corum. That's the new adage here. People talking about split backfield there. And then our guy Tyler saying Jalen Naylor, hardly know her, with wide receiver for what could possibly go wrong.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, man. That's
and
fun.
Are you buying the 50-50 split?
I don't know. I mean, this is
just from a Cal Dvorak post.
Oh, was it really? That's
Yeah.
all it was? Okay.
I mean, I think Corum's a fine pick, but
yeah.
I don't know that it'll be 50-50.
No. I think this has happened every single year that McVay teases this. McVay drafts a running back. McVay has a new guy that he likes, and they tease the fact that it's going to be like that. And then first game of the season, it's like takes till the fourth series for Corum to get out there, you know?
Yeah, I do think Corum's in line for a good season. I think he's going to pay off ADP. Obviously has insane value as a handcuff. Just because the Rams are going to be so fucking good, and
highest win total in the world.
Yeah,
he's got that juice too, man. People forget cognition in the draft streets. There, you could add 2 running backs in the Dog Bowl last year for Week 14, and it was Blake Corum in the last round, or it was Tony Redacted in the last round, and they both scored north of like 24 fantasy points, and they were fucking free. And yeah, shout out to Cognition for getting the 2 touchdown Blake Corum check in the air.
Man, what a time! What a time! I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about the next one.
Nezzy, I kind of talked about Vele. I talked about some crazy shit there. I think we probably need one more running back here. Kamara would fit the build. Now that could be our kind of New Orleans piece, and we don't have to think about Vele. Probably positively correlated.
I like it.
Okay,
I haven't Kamara lately.
Dude, I haven't taken much of them, but like pass catching running back who has a little bit. We haven't seen that juice or that burst in recent memory, and there's a non-zero chance he retires. But yeah,
he's retiring. He's not retiring.
All right.
I mean, he's not retiring without getting cut. And
sure.
And the talk is that they don't want to cut him. They want him to be the RB2, and I think that's not good for ETN.
Right. Yeah.
That's a lot of pass down work he's going to lose.
Dude, him not having to play like between the tackle rushing downs could also be so good for his juice.
I agree.
Do you like Brandon Ayuk? Do you like Tank Dell? Mooney?
Surratt, I do like. Tank Dell's cool too.
Let's take Dell.
All right.
The hashtag models
Tank Dell's a good pick for this advanced rate structure. Give him time to get healthy.
And I've seen it before. I'm biased to guys I've seen it before.
Yeah, I just feel like I'm getting mixed reviews or mixed news on Tank Dell's injury and like where he's at.
Mm-hmm.
Like two weeks. The latest thing that I'm seeing is from 2 weeks ago, and it's that he's almost there. It's light at the end of the tunnel.
Sure.
I mean, yeah, but I know that injury was insane, but yeah.
What was the actual date of the injury? Do you remember?
Be
curious.
Was it like Christmas? Why do I remember
definitely
family being at my house?
It was definitely like a prime time Island game slate. Shout out to our guy Chris G rolling through, Dog Bowl participant there, saying don't remind him about the Blake Corum stuff. We're drafting the Frenchie 7, aka the single entry contest, where Tyler is doing his absolute worst to murder the structure with a 2-6-6-4, trying to channel his inner Nezzy takes on a no strip stream after a little Benjamin.
The 2-6-6-4 is where it's at.
The new meta is 2-6-6-4.
I'm so tired of being ahead of our time. Like it's honestly just tiring, but you know.
I got no engagement on a tweet while I was away there, and it was probably because I tweeted it at like 3 a.m.
And you were vague. You were too vague. We wanted examples. Who's doing it, and what ideas were they taking? I saw it, but I didn't know what you were talking about.
It's actually nuts if you go back in the archives and like listen to some of these shows, or like the first streams, or like even if you go back and like listen to like Becoming a Best Ball Guy or the first Weekly Winners show with Hayden. You go back in the archives, man. I mean, we've been spitting this fucking fire for like 3 years before anybody was saying anything. Like, it's actually insane that our audience isn't like tenfold what it is. It's just like, yeah, I don't know.
I know.
We draft other sports. Nez, how are we going to land this plane here? We got 20 seconds to decide. Do we need a third tight end? Do we need another wide receiver?
The world's our oyster here. I would probably say wide receiver is what I feel most comfortable with.
How about Vele?
Yeah, Vele's cool.
Tyreek?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I like Vele.
All right.
Enough. I like him enough.
Who's a backup tight end on the Saints?
Delp.
Oh, right. The rookie. And Noah Fant. Once upon a time.
Yeah, Noah Fant.
Yeah. This wide receiver depth chart, like obviously like Olave, we talked about how priced up the pieces are, but like Olave with the blood clot stuff, ETN with like the deal, Jordan Tyson hasn't been healthy like leading into like the draft process and stuff. Kamara's old and might be washed. Bailey, they gave up way too much for, but they clearly like. And then you have like Polk, who was like a failed. Yeah, it's like a failed project that now could be a thing. Bryce Lance is just like pure athleticism relative to like what I know about his brother. Mason Tipton had a couple games last year.
Yeah.
11 catches, literally a couple games played.
A couple.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bailey's interesting, man. Probably out there for 11 personnel. Mm-hmm. And who knows how many games Jordan Tyson's going to be healthy for.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, I wonder what the Saints win total is right now.
I would guess 7.5.
Okay, I'd take the under on that, or the lower.
Let me see.
Let's see. I got you. Hold on. No, you nailed it. 7.5 at multiple places with the juice to the nothing. Okay.
Straight up.
Yeah. Some sharp money platforms project 6.5. Yeah, I'd take the lower on 7.5, I think.
Yeah, you get plus money on that.
Yeah. Not bad. All right, dude. We filled out our buckets, kind of. Our wide receiver is lacking a little bit. We're going to play the preeminent game of our generation here as I download. Sorry, give me 1 second. Download our draft report. This was the $20 Frenchie 7 from the 2-hole there. Nez and I also, if you guys want to roll the tape back, talked about some of our favorite kind of like my guys in the 3-4 turn there. He was kind of talking about McMillan there. He talked about Flowers a little bit. I was talking about Ladd. Yeah, I like Waddle. I like Adams. I think they might steam up in that general vicinity. But here it is, Desi. There we go. Our Frenchie 7 with the Solver draft report here. I'll give it a couple of zooms for the people. A 3-5-8-2 with honestly a bunch of guys that we don't normally draft. So kind of fun to have this in a time box single entry contest. Yeah, just a bunch of guys that we don't really draft together. Also joked about the correlation of week 17 meaning less in only 117 person final there. And yet we end up with one of the most correlated week 17 lineups we've had in a while here. So just kind of funny how that works out. But a 3-5-8-2 with a 1-3-4-1 through the first 9 rounds there, which is a little bit more traditional relative than what we did like yesterday, because we had like a 2-4-4-0 or something yesterday. I don't even know if that adds up, but yeah, anyways. Capital buckets, man, a little light on the wide receiver thing, but yeah, it's kind of evergreen when you use the solver draft assistant. Here, we go with a Caleb, Shuck, and Ward, kind of like a full ceiling chaser room of that middle tier. Then we go Bijan, Scatterboys, Mount Up, Chuba Hubbard, Jordan Mason, and then a stacked Alvin Kamara. Rashee Rice, where we were going to have the conversation, and we kind of had the conversation about, is this the floor kind of in on Rashee Rice, and the only place he can go is up from here. So we reached a little bit on him there. George Pickens, Josh Downs, Ricky Pearsall, Omar Cooper, which was kind of like a theory break, kind of like, I don't know, what are we going to fucking do here pick. And then we do Calvin Ridley for the stack. We do Tank Dell. We do Vele for the stack. Colston Loveland, which kind of set up our interest in Caleb there. And then Gunnar Helm for the stack as well. Nezzy takes, does it suck or does it fuck?
This is a strange fuck, but it does fuck. And
all right.
I think it's, we definitely, I always think 3 QBs are, playing it safe. So we definitely, got the raincoat on here. Kamara's another safe pick where we're just like, we're just buying like really cheap points. I do like this team though. I really do. I think the one reason I don't, that's like giving me some pause on this one is just, usually our teams have like one bet. It's like, if this bet hits, this team cooks. We kind of have like a few bets here, and it's all relative to the wide receivers, but everything else is solid, right? I really like the running backs, obviously with Bijan anchoring there. You can't feel bad about that. Loveland, got to feel good about that. Great quarterback room. Just these wide receivers. And thankfully, Rice and Pickens is like a really nice 1-2.
Sure.
So like those two alone are a bet that like they're good. And now we have like a bet that Downs, finally kind of takes that ascension that we've been waiting for. We're betting on a Ricky Pearsall breakout.
The volatility in these wide receiver names is low key fucked.
It is.
Yeah.
And we're really kind of playing it dangerous here. But I think with a 4 out of 12, 1-4, 1-2 kind of tournament, I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
Is what I would tell myself.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
I like getting exposure to these guys and, in a tournament like this. Like you said, we don't draft a lot of these guys.
Yeah, we don't draft a lot of these guys, but we made a perfectly cromulent team and we made it work, dude. And we made it make sense. Like you make the big bet on Loveland, you may as well have the quarterback to go alongside it. And then we had some fun back stacks with some ceiling other quarterbacks there. But yeah, I do know what you mean, man. This wide receiver room is going to like drive everything, because you look at these names and you go like Rashee Rice, I don't know, does he play more than 5 games and not go to jail? Like, George Pickens, does he like keep his head on tight, or does he turn into the dude that used to be at Georgia and get all whiny about playing on the franchise tag and then decide to like hold out or something like this? Downs, it's like, we're just kind of making an overpriced Tank Dell bet, aren't we? Like Ricky Pearsall, please don't get shot again. Like, just like,
don't get shot.
Can you be a baller? Calvin Ridley, like, really underperformed last year. Are we sure that the projection's right on him? Like Omar Cooper, it's like, why the fuck are we betting on like the 3rd wide receiver on a shit team with a bad quarterback? Like, it's just kind of like all these things are like so hella sketch. But yeah, I don't know, man. Sometimes you got to play with the tantalizing dark side there to get the big payoffs and rewards there. So yeah, I love to see it. Pretty fun team that we cooked up there. Our guy Len Keith, the slide master, he put 3 of our plays together and just made a super duper one for the 40x. This is a 575 Xer That's how we're going to end the show. We put 3 of our plays from previous together there, and then I will share it in the chat for everybody. That's how we're ending things off. Tons of home run pick'ems. Yeah, love it.
I love it.
Pitch St. Isle Manor never getting drafted is ridiculous. All right, I like that shout, man.
Okay.
I like that shout. We talked about it. Yeah, we were doing that kind of like in reverse there. We were kind of like, oh yeah, we were kind of like counting out the last 5 rounds there, and Isle Manor's name was mentioned in there, so it makes a lot of sense. All right, Nezzy, that's the end of the program there. That is our preeminent sucks and fucks. That was our Frenchie Friday. That was our full 13-game breakdown. Enjoy the footy this weekend. Enjoy the baseball this evening. And then Nezzy takes my guy. Keep your ear to the street if he is going to dust off the old stream camera there and put on a nose strip for the fellas this evening. How you feeling?
Good. I think we'll run with that. Yeah, I should be good. Should be good to go. Probably 11 p.m. Eastern on that, and getting in one more 7th inning stretch.
Perfect.
We'll go from there.
Awesome. All right, cool. And then we'll be back on Monday, usual time slot though. Although I did put something in the Discord there. Now that my clock's been all flipped around backwards and stuff, and maybe I'm just bright-eyed and bushy-tailed because my clock hasn't reset itself, that if people prefer the early time slot, I actually didn't even talk it out with Nez at all. I just was trying to get a pulse for the community there. It might be awful for my guy Nez. But,
I think I'd be into it.
Okay, cool. We'll discuss it there further, henceforth, as the kids might say in the 1900s.
Furthermore.
Yeah, furthermore. All right, guys, enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the no strip Nez this evening. Rewind the tape. If you did miss yesterday's show, go back and watch that last 20 minutes. I thought it was a pretty good diplomatic hash out of the end of the first round, if you guys are interested in that. And let's get some home runs tonight, man. Let's get some dongs in that Nationals and Orioles game there. Let's get that cooking and get some money in people's pockets for the weekends there to get in the best ball streets. On behalf of Nez, myself, the good people at Underdog, the good people at Run the Sims, the good people at The Solver, and the good people at Unabated, man. Much love to the people that help make this all happen. Everybody's favorite time of the show, the end. Peace. Yamal scoring twice tonight.